At the Galaxy Arena here, up against this man about to make the walkout. Eduard IONESCU is out, and he was highly impressive in dispatching Finn Lu of Australia yesterday. Now though,
representing China, Chuqin.
And they make themselves heard, the fans of the man who is branded Hope, nicknamed Dato, is coming down the ramp for the first time here as he continues his personal quest to add a World Cup to his trophy cabinet. As far as Chuqin is concerned, he's come close but not got there. 2024, a semi-finalist beaten by Ma Long. Last year, semi-final defeat at the hands of the eventual World Cup winner, Hugo Calderano, a player who in recent times has been dominant on the WTT stage, but he's up against a tricky opponent who has nothing really to lose here and everything to gain. A win against Finn Lu for IONESCU, the 21-year-old, very talented right-hander who's ranked 43 right now in the world. Well, you don't get chances to take on Chuqin in a World Cup that often. What will he make of this opportunity? Wang Hao next to Wang Chuqin. He knows how to win this, a three-time winner at World Cup level. Just a different vibe around this arena right now, and this is going to build in intensity all week long. You can be absolutely sure of that. But we did see a big-name Chinese star beaten earlier on today, the former world #2, Liang Jingqun, knocked out of their group match in terms of possibly harming his chances of getting through. Horacio Cifuentes was the player who beat him.
Red back, left for IONESCU, back for Chuqin. Chuqin with the toss. Listen with the side to side. Okay, right side.
So, umpire Paluk is going to be assisted by Marcus Berger in the assistant's position for this one. As we take a little look at our two players here. IONESCU, 21 years old here. We've seen him giving a good account of himself in recent times. Went down against Felix Lebrun in the recent Singapore smash. As for Chuqin, well, we know plenty about this man. It's just a question, really, of what he can do at World Cup level. Surprised by Sora Matsushima in WTT champions Chongqing. Major upset there. But before that, he was going about his business, really destroying Lin Yunru in the final of the Singapore Smash 2026 to add to his already impressive tally of trophies on the stage. World champion, of course, last year, and now all eyes on Wang Chuqin as he looks to follow in the footsteps of the greats, the giants, the likes of Ma Lin, 4-time winner. And remember, in the modern era, Fan Zhendong, 4 wins as well at World Cup level. That will have not gone unnoticed. With the team championship coming up as well, of course, Chuqin already a lock for that one. And look at that, every angle covered inside this magnificent arena. As we see the left-handed style that has brought so much success. Everywhere you go around Macau, you see Chuqin, advertising billboards, appearing in adverts, videos. You see his face adorning all sorts of merchandise. Such is the following for this superstar, and you can hear the fans making themselves heard. But the joy of this World Cup is that we see underdogs. We see players that we don't always see on the pro circuit and WTT action. that often, taking their chance on the world stage in front of a watching world. Fascinating to see IONESCU's approach here. He's a player with a lot of flair, but a player who, of course, is up against somebody who's made an emphatic start to this match. And there will be nerves, and IONESCU in particular is going to have to settle those nerves on his World Cup debut. Well, he gets the break he needed, and sometimes it's what you need just to get a foothold in a match. Heavy assist from the net, leaving Chuqin completely wrong-footed. And again, looked as if it was going to be his pathway to another point before Chuqin comes up with an absolute beauty, which he celebrates. Look at that adjustment. There you go. And that's where he's so good. As the team watches on, Wang Chuqin looks as if he means business at the start of this one. Have a little look at the quality on that. Too much for IONESCU there. That was a difficult ball to deal with, but IONESCU didn't just deal with it, he surprised the world number one. There's another point. So the Romanian building his way into this opening game here. And again, 4-5, he's back within one. So Chuqin looks to just process a little blip. And again, the ball goes past him. How about this for a run? He's a mercurial player, is IONESCU, more than capable of stringing points together. A stylist, but he's getting just a little bit of help. Flicked the net a couple of times in the last 2 points. But that was expert. The placement there into that awkward position, that crossover position for Chuqin, puts him in front. IONESCU's reeling off the points. And at what point does this become a concern for Wang Chuqin? Well, he does what he does. Still looking to just get himself chivied up, get himself moving properly, get himself going in this match. Such an expressive, expansive forehand that he possesses. Full sweep there into the shot.
Left 6-0.
Brilliant placement, and you saw the action on the ball as well there, making life very difficult for IONESCU. And that comes down long, so 7-all it is. Did really well defensively. Did well to handle the service, but unable to control what came back at him from Chuqin, who chulays there. Here he is beginning to get into that characteristic position. The right knee thrust out. The forehand smashing through. But that was sharp and tidy and difficult to deal with. And IONESCU continues to stay in the hunt here. He's not cowed, he's not intimidated. Oh, but he could do without that. Under pressure. Now, having failed with the first of the services, can't afford to do the same again.
Let 8-9.
So good at putting the ball where the opponent doesn't want it. First that one, which was difficult to deal with, then a flick off the net, and he still coped with that. Hence the celebration with Wang Hao. Look how much it means to the coach. He's won so much in the game, but his player earns 2 game points, and he's up off the chair celebrating. And that's that. Not without a few problems along the way, but Wang Chuqin duly takes game 1 in his first outing here in Macau at the World Cup.
Sunt foarte, foarte ălea care stea. Le vezi, du-te la ele mai bine, du-te mai, că țin mâna, dacă ții mâna întinsă, nu le pui bine.
Că poți să joc cu el, pot. Are calitatea, dar poți să joci.
Poți să joci, poți să joci, poți să joci. Și preluarea, nu te-ai incomodat.
Nu, că...
慢的时候，包括你看正好想拉了，给我拉了飘了，直接往飘到中来，没有说那么顶，这小时没有说顶，就是不带手上去，对不对？我接大球接的非常好，啊，就是发球特别严重，发有点高了，有点冒了，还是正常发。
So the words of Wang Hao and Andre Philemon ringing in the ears of their players as they come back now to the table.
Second game, Wang to serve, love off. No Fabrice.
Fans craving the chance to cheer and celebrate success for Wang Chuqin.
Love 2.
And he's an expressive player, IONESCU. Always one to give credit where it's due. That was just a little bit too difficult for him to handle.
Let love 2.
Long way back off the table. He tried slow and spinny, then he tried to arc the ball there, IONESCU, but Chuqin had answers to everything he was asked to deal with.
Let love 3.
And then he was there for the taking, sitting duck really there. Left himself open and straight down the blind side went Chuqin. Other way this time, and it's turning into an exhibition now. Stinging backhand there. He's turned up the heat on the Romanian. Oh, it's all coming out. He loved that one. Beautiful touch under the table, followed by the savage topspin. Look at that, chopping from behind the table and then on the attack. Having some fun here by the looks of things, the world #1, expressing himself. Oh, and again, this time backhand, into out, into the corner. This is almost an exhibition.
7-1.
But back comes the Romanian saying, no, this has to stop. Blazing winner of his own played. but he's a long way back in this second game and trails by 1 already.
Seven, 2.
But he'll believe he reeled off a string of points in the first game that got him close before Chuqin eventually just got across the line, got the game won. And he's just coping with the heat a lot better over the last 3 points. Absorbing the attacks, solid at the table. Wow, what an opportunity. Missed there by Chuqin because he'd completely caught. Look at this. How on earth did he get that back, IONESCU? And he made a complete hash of the follow-up. And there goes another. The fans almost in disbelief here because that's a run of 5 points on the bounce to come within 2 now of Chuqin, who had looked unstoppable. Not this time, though. Normal service resumed as that one is just speared into the distance. Crushing forehand. But he gets 2 back and gets a bit of fortune off the end of the table here. But the previous shot was an absolute beauty. Look at what he does there with the backhand, and then, okay, it was actually a little flick on the way through. But that is where Chuqin is almost unstoppable, when he pounds that with the forehand into the body. A little shake of the head from the Romanian. He knew that he wasn't in the right position. And there's another. So as good as he's been over a string of points, IONESCU finds himself staring now at 4 game points and a 2-game deficit.
10-7.
That was sharp, that was snappy. But he's got another service to receive. Well played. Both players off the table then. It was high stakes, high quality cat and mouse. And in the end, in this event, which sees Tom and Jerry running all over the place, that cat and mouse was won by Wang Chuqin, who goes 2 games up now.
有人抖出来，对吧？再一个把它发到中间长的，你看它就慢了，你看飞它两边这都行。它最主要它推以后的球没有想象过来那么快，这都是很像慢抛弧线这种过来了，拉反边了。对，它全这种像抛弧线过来这种感觉似的。那这一下子是的，哎，有点这种弱点锁住了。这种时候我不着急拉。
We've seen some high quality shots along the way here. But the scoreboard now tells us it's an 11-8, 11-7 lead for the world number 1.
我感觉一个拉正，那就是反拉起来不说，那我拉到中间拉反手就行。但是我抽你，它里面要防一下手来，我先站这边，这个对，但整体都非常好。还知道这个，好，可以。
Last game, IONESCU deserve love all.
As well as the 21-year-old Romanian has played, he's up against it here.
Let love 1.
Can't just keep expecting to come back in games against Chuqin. Needs a lead really, but Wang Chuqin's just not going to give him that. he senses a chance to get this closed out in straight games.
3 block.
And then with a match against Finn Lu already beaten by IONESCU to come, he would then start having designs on the round of 16.
1-3.
Now, as with the very best of these elite players, when he does make a mistake, he's quick to admonish himself, as he did there.
1-4. 5-1.
You'll see these pained expressions from IONESCU because he's not playing badly. It's just the quality of what's coming at him just rushes him a little bit. The placement, the pace, the depth just makes everything a bit harder. And again,
6-1.
it's not a flashy shot. It's not spectacular, but it's so effective. There he goes. Oh, this is amazing. Another. Oh, and that just misses. Wonderful play from both players. Look at that. And as if that wasn't enough, he comes back with 2 more, pounding his opponent into submission. And there again, he's got that bustle about him now. Has Wang Chuqin. We've seen it before. He's closing in on the win.
9-1.
And that was an opportunity, it looked like, for IONESCU, but he's just here being blown away. No time to settle, to compose himself. 9-1, serving. And that now suddenly, very quickly, has become the brink of victory. And that is now 9 match points. Oh, where's that going? It's going long. And he was a beaten man there. A little bit of fun for both players at the end of that one. IONESCU will come away from this one going, yeah, I've come up against the best in the world. And for the fans, a lot of entertainment as Wang Chuqin decided, I want this done. And I want to move on now to a match which will come along tomorrow in the 3rd round in this group as he takes on Finn Lu to confirm, if he has the result, of course, a place in the knockout stages. Might have been fun if that one had caught some table. As it was, they'd had their fun beforehand, some great exchanges. And for the 21-year-old, yeah, he can smile about it. He'll look back on a very special encounter with Wang Chuqin, who wins 11-8, 11-7, 11-1. Now, of course, it's all about his departure from this arena, and the fans will be clustered around looking to just get a glimpse, anything from their hero. Really looked in control pretty much all the way through there. There were flurries of resistance from IONESCU, but we can look back now at another masterclass from the